Hey everybody, welcome. It's Friday. That's right. It's time for some Slay the Spire. I mentioned throughout the week this was kind of the plan. I've still got. I'll actually show you here. Right now, the mods I have turned on are the ones that I have kind of as our like last set from Slay the Spire 1. It's not all inclusive because the set of Toho mods are their own thing, and there's about a half dozen of those as well. And then there's like some newer ones that I haven't looked at all. I saw like an Elden Ring one when I was looking today. I hadn't like pulled that down to like, see it. But if we take a look at our mod set, we've got 8 total mods on here that are the ones that are still remaining. One of the mods that is on here is not one we'll be taking a look at, but is very early on. Or actually, no, there is 8. Okay. Less mods, more characters. Anyway, there is a Freerun mod that I've pulled up a couple times. It showed up on this list of mods to play that also deferred. I want to take a look at this at some point. This is 1 mod, 2 characters. The reason that the number is weird is because I don't know if this one's legal for me to play. So it's on the list, but like, I don't think I can touch it, so we probably won't. I just think it's funny. This is one we'll be coming back to. Coda is our... It's not illegal, it's just... Look, I think we'll have to play it. We'll have to come back after a few more Trails titles, is what I'm saying. The Coda is a deep mystery that we will encounter at some point. Coda the Hedgehog. This is not on here as one we'll be playing, but it is demonstrative of one we will be. This is Crimson Eye, one I had a very bad encounter with on its initial release. This had a big overhaul a few years later, along with the release of the Nine-Tailed, a second mod from the same creator. So this one is one we'll be looking at, but like, the immediate bit here I want to note is like, our starting relic on Crimson Eyed before was when you're at lower than 50% health, you gained, I think it was 2 focus, maybe 3, and we just didn't have orb access because of how cards fell. We can immediately see a shift. If we do like returns to mods, this would be high up on the list because it got a full overhaul. I'd love to see where it is after that. We also have the Painter. This one is one that's been sitting around that I also want to see. It seems to play in some of the space we've gotten with shifting cards over colors. We've had a couple mods like that. And then I wouldn't worry about that one. How long is the revisit list? The big thing with the revisit list is that the revisit list is only... It's not as long as the revisit list on the bingo card. Like, the ones I would want to revisit would have to have big changes. The Researchers is one that is very highly on the list for revisit, because when I did my stream of Researchers, literally like 2 days later, the full update for like 1.0 of it came out that changed everything, like that sort of thing. I wouldn't worry about this one. This we'll get to at some point, but I wanted to show all these off as like, here's what's left in Slay the Spire 1, and like, we're not playing the Sasuke one. We'll be doing the Naruto one. This would be reserved for the revisit. The Knight here is going to have to... That's going to have to get its own day. I don't know. And then, like, Ren here is not one we're going to be touching. But today's is the last one I wanted to pull up, the Artifex. The notes on this mod call out Caves of Qud, yes. I'm interested in this in a, like, running the nets, you know, cyberscape modding, yeah. I did say Eternia would be happening on Fridays in the future. That will be starting next week. That makes things a little awkward for new set releases. It makes things a little awkward for Slay the Spire bits. There aren't enough days in the week, but we'll see. Eternia gets to trump most everything, except for the other Thursday plans. So, live and drink. Okay, but yeah. At start of combat, modify 3 cards to be sharp or reinforced. And we also can grant we have a credit wedge that lets us implant cybernetic cards as permanent relics, which is interesting. Sure, you'll free up a day so you know how many Dragon Quest games could there be. That's you know, you're right. How many of those could there be? Like, but yeah, so cybernetic cards as like permanent relics, which like I'm guessing like say you have a Inflame, can you turn Inflame into a Vajra? So I'm not a Caves of Qud player, but I like the ideas that I see immediately, and I'm interested in what we'll have going. Ooh, okay. We got slight animation on our buddy here. An array of tinkering utensils clang against tins, tweezers, a tiny hammer, pliers, inverted pliers, glass marbles, and 3 wrenches. And we got 3 credits. Alright, let's learn. I'm sure Trails will also finish up. At least Tales of Eternia has like an endpoint. It's 2 games, but it has an endpoint. I have so much to show you for Tales of Eternia, it's ridiculous. Alright, we got Strike. It's Strike. It upgrades to Strike. We got Defend. It's Defend. It upgrades to Defend. We have Sprint. Ooh, okay. This is a exhausting... Howdy. This is an exhausting, stronger, prepared. That's fine. Exhausting means you can be stronger than prepared. Especially, like, prepared is a... And we go to 3. Okay, so this is like a draw with it. And then Regen. We have Healing in the starting deck? Huh. Does that go to 4 Regen? Okay. So... Sprint was 7 for draw 4. I think they changed it to 6 draw 4. Okay. We also don't... So, our starting deck is just Strikes Defense. So that means our picks early are going to be really important because we don't have... Our relics, like our basic toolkit, the modify, it will do some stuff to make things, I think, stronger. I'm guessing Sharp and Reinforced are plus damage, plus block. One of the interesting things about starter cards is you can actually get more of them under like outside of weird circumstances, so you can smuggle in things you don't want in multiples. Yeah. Healing is one of those things you always have to be careful with. Alright, what's our start? Lose 7 max HP for remove 2, obtain 100 gold, or we can't lose our starting relic. That's a known thing. I would go to... I would go to 63 health with healing in the deck. This is interesting because it resets the deck quicker than the 2-turn clock normally does. The Silent has a 12-card starting deck so that it doesn't reset till turn 3. Is 7 HP worth 1 card? This early, I would probably say so. We also have credits. Used and available. Oh! Our credit card is... Okay. No, okay. Sorry. Used. Available. Okay, we have... This isn't 0 out of 3. It's... I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Strike Defend. I have to assume we're gonna find better cards, and this makes the deck incredibly small. This is a 6-card deck with Sprint and like 2 exhausting cards. Anything we add is gonna be incredibly consistent. So our first picks are gonna want to be like some really either like really interesting cybernetic cards, or like whatever we add is gonna be showing up a lot. All right, let's take a look. I just tried to draw. Early shop. Okay. Okay, so we want this line because that's the only double elite. Probably like this. I know there's a mod that... There's got to be like a more current mod that lets you draw too. The fire might be more important than the double up here. But this looks like the line. Not a lot of fights early. In fact, this round only has 1 guaranteed fight before this elite. That's probably fine. We have a shop. The shop, we should probably have, like... I'm gonna guess that one of these 3 gives us the goop, and then, like, the goop gets us some cash. You're right, we could take this path if I wanted to bypass the shop. That might be better because, like, our cash flow right now is gonna be pretty low. There's a balance to be held. If you... Slay the Spire 2 has put it a lot more, in me, in that, like, you do have to do fights early to be able to have, like, attacks in your deck that are like, this deck will not beat any elite. I don't think. Like, yeah, we can decide. That's what the line's for. Alright, so what's Sharpen look like? Sharp. Reinforced. Okay. So... Okay, that doesn't, like, read it, but it is there. Okay. Well, we'll take you out. Taking the little bit of lumps won't matter because we have regen as a piece we'll get immediately. So yeah, we'll get 3 regen. Sharp hits. We'll draw. Sharp hits. Yeah, this doesn't, like, show it. It shows it up here, reinforced, and it is marked, but it's not marked, like, 8 on the card. Okay. I'm fine giving up the 7 health, by the way, because we aren't going to take chip damage in this class. Okay, this is important. What do we got? Bounding Boots. Draw 2 cards, modify them with Spring Loaded. Card mods grant additional effects when played. You can have 2 mods on a card. Spring Loaded cards draw and discard 1 at random when played. Okay. So... And then rifle through trash. Put a random card from your exhaust pile into your hand. Increase this card's cost by 1 this combat. At random. Okay, well, we're seeing random coming up a couple times in here. That's interesting. This is like, we already have cards this picks up that, like, this gives us back our... It also is ethereal, so you have to play it. This gives us back our, like, draw 2, discard 1, or our regen. And, like, the regen... obviously, does a lot here. Cleave Armor. This card's not very exciting until it's upgraded, and then it's fine. Yeah, that's basically it. That card just isn't very exciting until it's upgraded. We do have a fairly early upgrade we can take there. Yeah, once it's upgraded, it becomes Bash, for one. Yeah. Rifle through trash. It mostly just gets us through the deck faster right now, and same with Bounding Boots. I'm gonna take the Cleave, knowing that this is likely the upgrade. Alright, I'm still gonna take the exclamation points. We'll just get a fight on this. There's the thing I thought we'd get. If we get doubt, then we go left. Remove a card from... Oh my god. Okay. -3 cards. And, like, now we can be, like... Obviously, I picked the Cleave, and, like, that's not a... Alright. Hello? Okay. I thought they were gonna get reinforced or sharp based on what the card was, but that's not true. It is a random of the two. Okay, okay, good to know. Wonder if we can get sharp shields then, how that would work. Alright, if possible, we want to... This is the, like... You know, worst case of healing where, like... This is the optimal line. Alright, we can't get out of this turn without taking a hit, so we leave. Chrome Revolver. Gun. What? Okay. Guns are affected by Dex Scaling on offense. Ooh. We see this very rarely in this game. We do see it, but we see it very rarely where we see the Dex Scaling. Sling and run. Shuffle a sprint into your deck. Etric, that was the specific reason I chose the one I did first. And then, eat cards to gain gold. We're gonna take the Chrome Revolver. I really like zero-cost cycling cards. This one is also a cycling card. It's just like a slow cycling card. But, like, a small deck with cycling cards means we're going to see Chrome Revolver all the time. Like, it's possible even in this size deck we get to the point where, like, if we had a second Revolver, we could flicker Revolvers, right? Hell, yeah, we might literally be able to build infinite gun works. Because it's Flash of Steel, yeah. I will take weaker Flash of Steel. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. I'd like a fight here. Yeah, good. So we have the reinforced Chrome. Reinforced Sprint, that doesn't do anything. hold off on that. Okay. If you set up infinite dual wielding early after you declare victory and hit restart, that's probably fine to do. Like, we are one card off from doing that, by the by. That is, like, really possible with this. Okay. Fruit juice. All right. Chain pistol. All right, we've got more guns. Ooh, this is triple hit gun. So this scales 3 off of Dex, and of course it gets extra hits. So we have Dex scaling. Okay. Iron buckler. Discard up 2 cards, gain 4 block for each card discarded. Okay, discard. At the end of your next turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Grenade. I'll take the chain pistol. This gives us a second gun and gives us a reason to build towards Dex. So one of the things about these cards and what's going to make this really powerful is that, yeah, we've seen a number of discard outlets, so like we might see some discard likers. But like having Dex as your scaling is really powerful because it scales offense and defense, right? Like our block scales on that as well. All right, I think with this we have enough damage to go in here. This will be interesting. I kind of want you to be okay. This is actually the best encounter for us because hopefully we can just get armor from somewhere else. I really wish Cleave Armor was upgraded, but at least we have like a sharp strike. Okay. I think this fight's gonna be rough. Okay. Luckily, like, we have... So let's go chain pistol first. Reset the deck. Okay. Chain pistol again. Take the 14? Playing 1 block is going to be better than... Playing 1 block would be okay because we're winning this fight in 2 turns. I want the Vuln hit here. Damn. Okay. Because we can go Cleave Armor, Gun, and then Strike and Big Defend. And we'll take 10, but 16 damage with the gun in our hand should be easy. There's the hit I wanted. So yeah, we just go pew pew pew. Okay, we had to navigate that one, and obviously our deck is current. The boot. Ooh, okay. This has real effects. This normally doesn't have real effects. Usually the boot is a dead relic, but like both the revolver and the chain pistol are effectively +2 damage. +2 and +6. World first boot mattering? Vibro Kapesh. Remove all block, deal 10 damage, reduce this card's cost by 1. It is... Yep, that's a baseball killer. Mark that off on your bingo sheet. You got baseball killer. Penetrating Strike here. This is interesting. It's like a small heavy blade, right? Like... I'm thinking Sling and Run is actually fine. This is a better strike. It adds a bit more card draw to the deck. More card draw helps out with us having zeros. We cut a... Yeah, we can add more gun. And we'll find some Dex likers. All right. The first upgrade we saw, we don't have anything to spend credits on yet. We haven't seen a Cybernetic. That's what it said, right? Cybernetic cards. We'll have to go to a shop. Maybe we can buy some Cybernetics. Become Nook. Requires a Cybernetic card or relic. Yeah, the upgrade I think here is really obvious. 2 Vuln is so much more than 1 Vuln. It makes this card, like, playable instead of where it is, where it was, like, fine. So, having Bash in our deck that costs 1, I'm A+ on Bash that costs 1. Okay. I will absolutely take some damage to upgrade some cards. Cool. Strike Defend upgraded. I'm willing to spend some blood here when we've got the ability to gain it back. This looks like our line. We want that second elite pretty badly. Alright. Bottled Flame? Bottled Flame. So Chrome Revolver in the opening is free, right? That's like super free. Cleave Armor in an opening is also like very real. I wouldn't feel bad about that. The other thing about Chrome Revolver in an opening, right? If only we had the Vibro-Kopech, we'd have that in the opening. The thing about Chrome Revolver in the opening that I like is that we apply the toolkit to it. Considering Key is also a real choice, right? I don't disagree with how small this deck is, and with us having low impact attacks, this is not a high impact choice. We have no reason to upgrade the Revolver anymore, do we? This is a dead upgrade, I just realized that. Okay. No, I think like... I think this is fine taking the key. You're right. I'm gonna anger the mushrooms. This could go badly. Reinforced chain pistol. Okay. We want to knock out you first. Okay. Okay. Slinging gun is lethal on you. And then sprint, which draws us another sprint. And then sprint, which draws us... Okay, this means I can go Revolver on you, Revolver Ocelot, and then... Thanks, Boot. God, Boot value. Ooh. If we can get out of this fight blocking on this turn, I would take it. Okay, well. Actually, that's enough to block it. Demonstrating the way that healing ends up playing out. At least it's restricted to like 1 or 2 turns. Anyway, this is a fine relic. Nostrum. Transform all cards in your hand into broken injectors. Yeah? Got that nice little skull down there? Card mod. Broken injectors have a double chance to trigger adverse reaction. I have no idea what this means. You lose broken on that. Spread shot. Modify a gun in your hand with beam splitter. Oh. Okay. The retain on this, the retain on this makes this playable. That the grindstone is not for us. Okay. Modify 2 attacks and you drop out with sharp. No guns. I cannot sharpen my gun. Oh, I wish I could sharpen my gun, but we cannot sharpen our gun. I think then I'm fine to... the retain on this card makes it way better, because we can draw it off of, like, all of our, like, draw 2, discard 1 pieces, and just sort of hold it until we have a point where it matters, and then the points where it doesn't matter, like, in the games where this matters, it's going to be huge. Like, all of a sudden, we're dealing 15 damage instead of 5 per hit. And there are going to be single fights where it won't matter, like the boss. Our boss is Hexaghost. So, what was that? Okay. Alright, well, let's head on over. Yeah, so like in here, we're gonna draw it in a hand and it won't be anything. Like, that's just not a card, but... I wish reinforced card. I understand why I do understand now why reinforced cards don't show that they give you more block, because you can reinforce any card, and that like changes that math. Okay. We want to... defend Revolver. The weak doesn't do anything. And then we want to sprint. The idea is that we have a higher chance of drawing... Wait. Wait a minute. Yo! It was always correct! Explosive grenade, gun. Pump shotgun. That's cute. This is cute. This is a cute design. You go... and then it's the big shot. Bounding boots. That's a smart one. If you spread the shotgun, I'm guessing it would be $5 then. It'd be 2 hits. Modify them with spring. I might just pass here. Bounding boots is something I could pick up. Again, we have zeros. Bounding boots lets us kind of like card mod through, but because we just picked up the way to spread, I don't care as much about the pump shotgun. It's still good. Like, this is a good card. I'm gonna pass. We're gonna keep our strength, which is deck is small. That's our strength right now. We've seen enough. Oh, another removal. We've seen enough cards that there has to be like a discard plan in this. We just haven't seen a lot of like uncommons, I'm guessing then, right? Is there an upgrade that matters? Or do I just take out defend? Still no Dex. I don't know if I want to take out another defend. We've added a lot of guns. We've added no defense. We upgrade spread shot. That lets you upgrade 2 guns. I'm thinking about just this strike. Like, just get the deck down as small as possible. Like, it is our strength. Let's accentuate it, right? Wonder what we want for defense. We'll find some defensive pieces. Okay, slimes. Beam splitter. We'll make that the beam splitter because, like, we will in this fight want it. We're not defending this turn. Let's drink the juice. Have we seen a defensive card yet? No. Regen. Cleave. Okay. If y'all don't want to attack, I'm fine with that. I will play, I'll take my optimal 3 health if you're just not going to attack me. If it were any longer than 1 or 2 turns, I wouldn't do it. Energy. Your sprints draw an extra card. Blood Gradient Vacuum. Okay. That's great, but like... This does seem like a really These don't upgrade. I guess because they can go... Okay. This seems like a good cybernetic with our deck. Yeah, we have repeated sprint creation. Making them draw 3 seems like a really nice piece. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Blood Gradient Vacuum is cool too. Yeah, that's a healing. That's a Reaper. Yeah, we still don't have Dex, so... Oh well. Alright, what's the fight? Yes, so here's where our guns brazier is going to do huge work. Yeah. I'll take a little bit of damage to have the tendons this fight. Okay. Winch bark. Chain pistol might have been the one we also wanted to put, hefty damage on. Then we draw, and then we sprint again. Get through the dazes, and we just go ahead and, like, reinforce the block. Yeah. that blocks almost everything. We got through a lot of dazes there, too. So our deck is currently 2 dazes. We're going to draw... like... okay. The regen on all 3 is, like, actually quite real with the way that our damage is in this fight, right? Like... alright, sprinting. There's Sling. So that knocks everybody off the table. I guess we just go Chain Pistol, Reinforce Defend. Take 0. This deck feels like a spring compressed waiting to pop off. Dazes against a small deck do a lot of damage. That's just something to note with, like, how these play, but that's a great one. Okay. Swift Reflexes. The first card you discard each turn is returned to your hand and modified Flex-a-Weave. Flex-Weave, okay. We've got Flexterity. Hulk Honey Injector. Gain 2 strength. Oh, this is effectively Inflame, right? But, like, the adverse reaction... okay. And then Freeze Grenade. This is interesting. This is powerful. The, like, delay on this with it being, like, really powerful. You know, it's Iron Wave, but it hits everybody and hits higher. I think I'm going to take Swift Reflexes. We have the sprints that give us the discard, and we can, like, pretty easily get temp decks. One of the things about our deck that's a little funky, and it's something we have to work around with the way we're generating decks, the first 2 decks don't mean anything on a couple of our cards, right? Like, so... but also making that discard free, like we get the card back. I'm still gonna pick it. Alright. Hexaghost, we're at 44. Alright, we are going to install install and uninstall. Wait, can I get my credits back to be able to, like, ooh, okay. Okay. That is my action, so, like... that takes... that was no upgrade. That was not a free action. That's important. So that means, like, if I'm gonna commit to this, like, it might have been better to not do this right now and wait until I actually could spend all $3, right? That's possible. Though right now, like, the upgrade would be, like, Spread Shot or Swift Reflexes. Like, it's fine. We're okay. Hexaghost, 44. That means it's going to be 3x6 coming in. Well. Our sprints are hit here, so... so now it's flex weaved. Might have been better on the revolver, right? But we can do that every turn. Okay. That'll be fine. I don't think there's a point to playing the spread shot, right? It's just a card that has retained, so it's dead in our hand. Like, that's not a problem. Okay. Okay. So here comes 3x6. 4x6. Not a lot of defense in this hand. Yeah, just not a lot of defense in this hand. I think this is a fine energy turn. Alright. I'll lump. Okay, so I want to sprint again. We're going to discard Cleave Armor for this, because this is a card we're going to want to play first in most chains anyway. Right? Or maybe Slinging Your Gut Run? No, let's just be real. Our offense is pretty dang good. Also, we keep adding sprints basically every turn into the deck now because of how Sling and Ring goes. Yeah, the Dex does matter with the Vuln active. So, like, that actually adds damage. Okay, so sprinting. If I do this, does this get double flex weaved? That's a good question, right? Okay. Not the outcome I expected that with that. But that's why we did it. We need to know it now instead of, like, in a position where we needed it to work, right? The spread shot and the sprints are doing so much in here. We're basically getting a sprint every turn. We're going through the deck every single turn, right? Like, okay. The Flex Weave is adding up very. Ooh, a free credit wedge. Okay. So that means now we have enough room for a 3-cost power, or... Okay, that is not for us. I mean, yeah, that is not for us. That's just not for us. That one's straightforward. Our deck is we have this cybernetic that is sprints, draw extra cards. Huh. Choose an attribute. So take a look. There's actually more attributes than, like, you know, just strength Dex. So we got strength agility for Dex. Toughness gets us regen. Willpower gets us energy. Tinker 5 and 15 gold. We don't know what Tinker is. We also have the blood vacuum. I'm interested in this. The big thing about this is that it that adverse reaction just means we could choose to play it last on the turn we have it, right? Obviously, we don't get to use the strength we use it that way, so that's the trade-off. But this is a super flexible card. I'm in. I'll take. And the upgrade is, yeah, greatly increased. We can't see it, but. And then our boss relic. Pyramid, Sozu, Collar. So Pyramid makes us just go infinite, right? Like, we just, like, find another Chrome Revolver, and then our 9 cards are in deck, and we win the game. Like, it's very easy for this deck to just, like... Because, like, these all exhaust, this exhausts, that means there's 9 real... This exhausts, so there's 8 real cards. We would just have, like, these 3 with retain, and then we're drawing these 5, and we revolver forever. I'm gonna say that aloud and then not do it, I think, is the route I'll take. Like, gonna demonstrate the loop. And then have more fun with actually playing it. Yeah, the flex weave means things could scale. Obviously, that's not, like, complete, you know, time cops, statuses, whatever. I'm just more interested in playing this way. All right, I'm a quick step away. I'll be right back. Alright. Yeah, statuses would be its own issue, you know. Alright. Champ is our fight. Shop is good. 2 elites are max. This line. This is 1, 2. There is a shop line with a later shop, but I'd rather, with $400, I'm fine taking this middle one. We have some upgrades I want. Nectar Injector is real. Chain Pistol gets a 4th hit. That's real. Even the Spread Shot upgrade would be real. And then, like, Sling and Run also is fine. So, alright. Let's roll. Reinforced injector. Yeah, let's try it out. Double the effect of card mods, burns 1 if you have whenever you mod. And then this is like, okay, this is cute. Take the Dex. We'll draw first. I don't think we're gonna have time to play that this turn. We can take tiny lumps. Yeah, Dex is like the normal take on that. Gold is like a later take if we already have a fight solved and we want some money. I would like to sprint here. Okay. Cleave armor. It's more effective to kill you than it is to heal. Makes a spread shot worse, but it's more effective. It is not really worth the time to reflexes here, I think. It would be reflexes on revolver. We want... We want to sprint right now. For cleave. Okay. We have enough guns. Stun gas grenade. Next turn, 3 weak. Defensive swipe. Deal 9 damage, gain 4 block. Next turn, gain 4 block. Okay. I'm probably fine picking up a little bit more defensive pieces. This scales nicely with Dex, now that I say that aloud, right? Like, this is, like... This is a strike with, what is that card? The dodge and roll? The duck and roll? The one in Silent. And, like, Dex makes that look nice. I'm fine with this. This is something we like, absolutely want, especially with, like... It scales off... It doesn't scale off Dex for damage, but it still scales off Dex, so... And we haven't added, I think, a single defensive card to the deck. I'm gonna take the cash, thanks. I'm not really a dagger haver right now. Cacaw. Guns? Guns Brazier. Okay, we want... Let's see if we can find the spread. No, okay. Oh, we got our... Okay, So then you are going down this turn. And then we're gonna take you off the board this turn. Yeah, we're also getting the boot here. So we should have a pretty nice hand this turn. Wow, we didn't draw the... Fine, okay. That's really funny. Um... I think regen is actually the most health that we get back off this. Okay. Anyway, we cast Gun. Sorry, we do have to party rock here. Okay. Gamblers. Okay. All right. This is a smart card. Like, one of the things about Retain Block is that Retain Block is incredibly powerful. As this fight obviously just demonstrates, there are just turns where, like, alright, one enemy is increasing strength and the other two are getting up, there's no attack coming in, your block is nothing. So, like, retaining block for the key moment is very powerful, but, like, this card is also just a very powerful block on its own. Let's grab the arm lock stabilizers. I want to wait to turn this on until we have the rest of the money to spend, I guess. We'll try to get a few more points of Cybernetics, right? But, yeah. It's funny, like, that... Okay, so one thing about this that is real for how the deck functions. You can see that we only have, like, 5 cards that we could possibly upgrade, right? Like, or maybe a little. Defend. Like, this is going to be in play, this is going to be in hand. This can't upgrade. But sprints can. And we generate sprints off the sling and run. So even if our deck is, like, fully upgraded in the long term, we still have a use for upgrade a card after your draw step, right? Of note, that Curse Blows. It's bad. We have a shop right up here. We probably have to take that for 2 fights. I think that should be fine for that cost because the shop is right here. We also can sprint it away. We can discard that. Like, we do have one discard outlet currently. Or no, only one fight. Never mind. We are much higher up than I thought, so only the one. This is a harsh fight. What do we want to do here? Just go. Just roll. We have Vuln, we can spend Vuln Potion. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, we do have the Gambler's Brew, so... So we get our free block. Dreadful looking. That was the first one we discarded. You are not wrong. Okay. 15 again. Okay. Okay. Took some lumps. That's okay. Duplication potion. Scry 5, draw 2, adverse reaction, entangle. Ooh. What an interesting one. Another defensive swipe plus another chain pistol. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, this is two of our best attacks. I think Chain Pistol is the key to what the deck does. Defensive Swipe is so good, so I think Chain Pistol's the pick. I'm just sad it's up against, like, this is a card I'm super happy to see, right, at all times. I actually really like dodge and roll style block. Dual wielding Chain Pistol also couldn't cut. Alright, we're not going to... We're not going to Cybernetic here, I think. I think I want to... Because the shop should have another Cybernetic for us. Do I want to... God, do I actually want to take the gem right now? Smith obviously is really good. Like, the big thing is that smithing this is the hugest upgrade because it's like a power we're going to play. We also get Smith's Swift Reflexes. It gains specifically innate, changes the kind of rate on that. But this is effectively a power. You know, there are cards that make it better than a power in this class we've seen. Ways to get things back from exhaust. I think that this upgrade is fine. Greatly increase. Let's see what greatly increase looks like, by the way. 22 gold, 3 strength, 3 dex, 4 regen, 4 turns, 9 tinker. Okay. Alright. Reminding myself aloud, I am cursed.
You want it?
Okay, that... Can we have 2 of those? Can we double up on that? Let's go ahead and do this first. I am cursed.
You want it?
Deal 2 damage apply to Lovesick. Transform all cards in your hand into burns. Lovesick creatures have their attack and debuffs target a random player instead of the Oh, okay. That's a wildly strong card. Time dilation grenade.
You want it?
That doesn't interest me much. Wow. Does that work against 0-1 opponent? Obviously, it's a card we want to play, like, last. It exhausts. I think I need to buy it specifically to learn, right? We do have more card rewards. We do have Tori. I think I want to buy the elastic ankles and see if we can get 2 ankles active. I think I want to... I don't know if we can have 2 ankles active, but, like, I'm still going to try. We have 2 ankles, so, like...
You want it?
We saw that modifications were unique. We can also just buy Waffle. That's not bad in our current position. Apotheosis basically doesn't matter because we're a deck with Warp Tongs and like half our upgrades. So... Okay. Mostly I'm talking about what I want to buy. Here. Might just be Waffle. I don't know. Iron Buckler scaling with double decks with some discarding. It's also true. I don't think I'll buy it. I'm gonna get the Waffle and move on. Alright. Here we got Cybernetics. So... select Cybernetics to uninstall. Confirm? Select Cybernetics to install. Okay. You uninstall first, then you install. That makes sense. I understand why this would be. Because you can pull your credits out. So, don't think of them as credits. Think of them as, like, Netrunner memory, right? I assume credits is, like, the actual thing in, like, Caves. But, like, I'm thinking of this as, like, Netrunner mem. Every runner starts with 4 mem, and, like, you get more mem by installing chips that give you things, so... yeah, and this is how they work in Caves, yeah. This mod, by the way, very cool. Like... Alright. You know what? Love to be able to pierce artifacts, love to be able to have free vuln. Always good. Alright. Sprint draws 4 cards now, help! Okay. I think we're just putting the spread shot on the sling and run. What is the relic next to Waffle? Are we talking about the arm stabilizer? That makes guns deal +2 damage? Or are we talking about the tongs, which is upgrade everything? Alright, our hand currently does not have... So we're gonna go ahead and spread shot, and then beam split. Knock you out. And we will take 2 damage here, but our regen will get it back. I'd rather forward progress on the... Okay. Love injectors here. We're gonna go... Am I going for money? Is that what I'm after? Or are we after the love injector? Okay, we're after money, we're after love injecting. Okay, so what we want to do... And then we're gonna love injector, we have 4 energy, so this is fine. It did cost 2 there. That went off. Gain 22 gold. And then... Draw 5 cards. This is... Alright. Attacks and debuffs target a random enemy for 2 turns. What do you got for us? That hits self. I'm gonna pass and just, again, we're gonna... We still took the wound. Okay. That's so cool. That card is incredible. Also, that drawback is super real. Like, the balance on this is really interesting. So this is like hyper stun, or even better than stun, because it's like you turn off the enemy for 2. If you can get through a artifacting, you get 2 or 3 turns off. But that transform is bad, because not only do you have all the burns, you then have all the burns for the rest of it, and it's also an exhaust card. So I can see the vision here. Hello? Ruby Cathedra. Shuffle a pyrokinesis field into your deck. At the start of your turn, gain an energy, draw an extra card, and transform a card into a burn. Okay. This is sadly not us. This is, like, extremely, like, defining, right? Because you can set this as your form. Like, you could use all your memory to, like, overclock your system to hell. And, like, you get plus energy, you get plus draw, and then you get the burns. Incredible. Ooh. Are we after another stabilizer? We have 2 arms. That could be our 4th point. Cathedra is a backslot item, so you're cybernetically grafting a throne onto your... Incredible. I think we can take another guns. That's 4. Yeah, we can add that, and even if, like, we have to play it for a little while, that's okay. 3 of them. That did adverse react. I'm just gonna take the Dex here. Really excited with how this deck is playing out. Caca indeed. Okay. Start targeting middle. Discard Swift Reactor right now, because that's not really what we're doing. Okay. Okay, and we're safe. Just terrifying. Yeah, spread shot some guns and then fire some guns. We lose our 1 point of HP, it's fine. At the start of your turn, add a Force Knife plus to your hand. Oh. So Force Knife plus is free, and then Force Knife is like an attack that is always around. Oh, here's a discard outlet. Neat, not a gun, indeed. Do I care about a gun like this? Is an infinite with master reality? It's true. That's just normal gun. I don't know that I care about a gun like this. I think our deck already has basic guns in a lot of ways. You know, it's like better than Sling and Run, but like we already have a lot of basic guns. I think I would rather have like more copies of Chain Pistol. I think I'm willing to pass this. Solar Cell's interesting in our deck. This is a card that works with the discard and like the sprinting. That could be real. I want more sprint outlets. We need another sprint creator. If I can get another gun and run, you know, I'll do it. All right, sweet. Guns. Looks like we're gonna defensive swipe the, or make the Chain Pistol hit everyone. And we're also gonna take a bunch of damage here, huh? Well, we have reinforced cards. Everything's reinforced in our hand, so at least we have block. Okay. So we want a Swift Reflexes. Defensive swipe. Do I want to stabilize our lot? No, I think I just want to. How much damage is this? 5. That'll be. I might want the damage off that. Nah. Let's go. Reflexes. Spread shot. And then defensive swipe take you out. Alright, we're taking slight damage. Enough that we actually can regen it throughout the fight. Cool. Yeah, there's our regen. Don't mind me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Just don't worry about me. Could I have picked Dex there? Yes. We're rich. You... Alright, we're sprinting. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is a very funny turn, huh? Well, do you hit yourself for the Vuln? So 27 kills here anyway, but... No, do not hit yourself on the Vuln. Okay. Wide Ornithopter. Okay. Distilled Chaos, and then... Whenever you gain HP, gain a click next turn. Okay. Heal 6, days, that's exhaust, has to exhaust. And then we have a pump shotgun. And, if I didn't pick the rifle, we're fine. Okay, I don't have a gun in this hand. Huh. Yeah, like, there are very few things I want to add to our deck as is. Maybe another defensive card. This is just so strong. Like, Lovesick is unreal as far as how good it is. It's 2 turns of stun except for they hit themselves, you know? Like... Interesting! Is that not 100%? Learning. I guess that's what I get for trying to game the system there, right? Yeah, maybe it's because it was the Healy Bite? I don't know. Okay. Science to do. You know how it is. I will take another sling and run in this deck. This is a gun I'm willing to add to the deck. Like, sprints are like draw 1 million. There's a card that doubled adverse reactions. Yeah, we're having a fun time. Ooh, we're having a really fun time here, Shab. Artifacting. That immediately is huge. Artifacting with, like, Flexdarity. Another chain pistol. Another removal? Wide potion belt. I'm thinking removal and, like, remove a defend and upgrade it to Vom's Lens? There's also a fruit juice. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun with the rares in this. Remove the strike. Yeah, you're probably right. Chadwick, thanks for the sub. Yeah, we avoided a couple pieces of infinites to make the deck more interesting. The cybernetics are what is making this class so like funky. I love the cybernetics idea in this a lot.
You want it?
What do you upgrade to? Just bigger block. Okay, I was hoping 2 artifact, but that's too silly. Okay.
It's yours, my friend.
Yeah, you say remove the strike, and actually this is like the worst card in the deck, right? I know it's upgraded, but like... Alright, we can install the second stabilizer alarm lock. That would be a good seat here. Yeah, we can install the stabilizer. We could hold it, and yeah, you're right. We get another credit from the boss. That's also true. If that's the case, do we just take the recall here? Just get this out of the way? If we're gonna, like, bet on that as a thing? The thing is that I guess the stabilizer becomes a card we're playing, and, like, we're in a fight here where it's gonna be fine. Let's take the recall right now, just get it out of the way. Alright, champ. Show me what you got. I guess I'm not gonna play this because it is block if I want to hold it. So, you know. Okay. Injector for Dex. The lens here would be blocking the Vuln. Am I fine with that? I'm probably fine with that. Like, I could just play defend and leave the lens for another time, but... Okay. Block the slap. It gets rid of the weak, not the vuln. Other way around. Alright, quick reflexes. And then sprint. I'm not going to love inject on a turn where we have 1,000 cards in hand. That could lose us the fight. What I want to do is get the sprints in the deck. Okay. So we get the sprint. Let's go ahead and give this sling and run. No, let's give the cleave, because the cleave is the one I want to play first. Cleave. And then chrome revolver. Just guns. I am here to fire all guns. Three sprints, huh? Give me this sling and run back. And then we go Chrome Revolver. Chain Pistol. Chain Pistol. Draw back up. Draw back up. Yeah, okay. Ooh, it's 2. Okay, okay, okay. Force Bracelet. Game italicized 3x times. When you end your turn with no energy, lose 4 metallicize. Ooh, okay. That's real. So the first time you play this, you're going to end your turn on 0 because you played an X card. So, like, you're gonna, if you had, like, 3 energy, you'd gain 9 and lose 4. You'd have 5. Modify X cards in your hand with nulling. Nulling cards granted artifact and exhaust when played. Shuffle a void. Okay. The next 3 times you end your turn without playing an attack, gain 1 buffer. And that could be just a passive, like we just go, you know, nice attack you're doing, pass the turn, right? Like, that basically this would just be fade the turn, block an attack. You know, if we're fighting the heart and the 60s upcoming, we just go, that's nice. Do we want that? We could install that. We have 3 mem left. 3 credits. Yeah. It's just an emergency button. Do I care about that, or do I just want to install what we have as is? We can also just play it because you also don't attack in the turn. Willing to grab it. Curse key, tiny house. Ha 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 ha. Curse key past the chest. Curse key open the chest, remove the curse. We only have 1 chest. Okay. Alright. Time cops. Curse is bad, but we can, again, we just, like this, right here. Or this, right here, actually. That looks more interesting. Like this, we go... Bop, 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 bop. And this gives us our install turn right here. Like, this is our install for... Actually... This is our install? Curse is bad, but like we deal with it in 1, so I'm fine with that. Let's do it. 1 of them. Let's get paid. Wide flex. Conk. Deal 6 damage. If the enemy has 2 or more weak, stun them and remove all weak. Otherwise, apply 2 weak. Bonk. Do I want a 3rd sling and run? 2 seems right. Our deck is, like, reasonable as is. I don't know that I want to add a 3rd sling and run. It's not bad. I mean, like, I think we're fine. What are we adding? Slightly better defensive capabilities than the card named Defend? That's probably all I really want to add to this deck. Our guns... Yeah. This Flex Potion doesn't do anything. Like... Zero cost draw gun. I would add more zero cost draw guns. Even with time cops, I'd do that. This is awkward. I don't like this at all. I'll take it. We need to get damage on them, and, like, it's better to do it now. Okay. Defensive swipe on... Yeah, give me this. And then... Regen. Fomb's Lens, and then, like, go in? A lot of sprinting. Love it. I'm curious as to what happens with the love injector. Okay. Still not betrayed. Okay. We're gonna try and get better than taking 10 damage and winning the fight. That might be a little bit of a... like... Okay, not too much of a reach. Okay. Wide skill. I will take that over chaos. Handy nuke. Yeah? I understand. We have grenades here. It's all grenades. That's very funny. We can both lose. Duplicate a card in our deck. Whoa. Okay. Let's talk. Duplicate lens. Duplicate injector. Duplicate chrome revolver. That one's also fine. Duplicate nectar or duplicate... Ooh. Duplicate love injector is also... Yeah, how bad could it go if we had more of this? I'm gonna go with duplicate nectar. That card has been really good, really often. Revolver is a good one too. This is like the fairest of them. Like, we will never go wrong with more guns. I understand. I guess. I'm gonna artifact your first hit here. Now remember, we just have the ability to, like, pass and not take a hit, right? If there's, like, all of a sudden, like, a 50 or, I don't know, you know, something like that shows up. Credit down here on the bar. Sideways credit. Let's get paid. $28. We can just love injector that. That'll be fine. A bird! We got hit! There's a downside to retain. Defensive swipe. Penetrating strike is just so not us. Guts is... we are not Guts today. I like for defensive swipe. I don't think I care about an unupgraded version of it. It's a nice card, and it's better than a block. I don't know. Like, it's good. It's really good. Let's keep going. Okay. Awkward. Funky looking opener. What a hand. Okay. You got it, boss. So the baseball's doing the big hit this turn. I gotta kill you. We can inject for a regen, it'll be fine. We'll just heal it all off. Me trying to be cute about it. It is a lot. It's 15 health in my body. I'll try it. Alright, we can't hold out that long. I mean, we could, but... Rifle and some grenades. I think skill potion is more... Double... Power is wild, though. Like, this could be some nasty stuff. It's probably better. Alright. Hello. We are fighting today. Yeah, that is just not... I'm sorry. You're not who you should be here. I'm not... I don't... I'm really sorry, buddy. I don't think that... Yeah. Like, we don't have the sprints yet, but when we do, it's so many cards we're playing in a turn, even with that week. Sprint me, draw 5. We want to go sling and run, sling and run. And then two sprints are the last cards in the deck. What a incredible. All right. Our deck, by the way, now, after we've played everything in the first run-through, is 4 cards remaining. Like, when we get through the deck, we go down to nothing. Yeah, okay. Yo, bang a prep! How you doing? Oh, what a great one. Oh, you shouldn't have. Keep fighting. So our deck now currently contains the ability to just go hog. This is a funky fight because of how the Ooh, that has a downside. I need to hit you. Duplication potion on Sling and Run? I need to hit you. Yeah, we need to deal damage this turn. Yeah, duplication potion, okay. Green is good. Okay. We're fine now. Everything's fine now. Alright. Let's sprint. Let's... Okay. And we're through. The Gun Wizard has learned nothing. We're fine. I don't need bigger sprinting. It's very funny, but we just don't need bigger sprinting. All right. God, we are just... Ooh. Huh. Hi, Transient. So I could play Holographic Visage and just, like, pass the fight, right? Like, that's just an option I have if I wanted to. I don't think I want to, is the thing. So we get to go Swift Reflexes, Sling and Run. I don't Injector is fine, but not what we're after right now. Chain Pistol is... Let's get Lens out of the deck. Five turns to set up and show off the infinite. Yeah. Okay, that means we want... We want you last? Okay. Stabilizer arms, gun, bark. Give me paid, please. Okay. 15 cards. We still have a lot we need to remove to get to an infinite. Huh? 50. So... I do want to get the spread shot out of here. How many $22 have I gained over the course of this run? I think I've done that 4 times now. I think I've gained... maybe 5. I think I've gained about $100 off of that. So... This revolver is not flexsterity, so we can go ahead and do that. So we have the flex revolver. Anything else that gets out of the deck here? Not really.
Adore the keyword of just gun.
Yeah, gun.
Gun.
It's great. It's gun. Howdy, Doc. We are doing some guns brasting. Like we.
Oh, guns brasting?
Yeah,
let's go.
This is a Caves of Qud character from what I've been told.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, an Artifex is a it's one of the starting classes you can have. It has a bonus to intelligence and 2 tinker skills as a Chukin. It's actually also probably the one of the classes I start the game the most often. Hyperelastic ankle tendons. God damn it! I should have been here from the start. I don't know if you know this. I absolutely adore Caves of Qud. It's one of my favorite video games.
This has so much going on, Doc.
Cybernetic credits. Yep, you get these the credit wedges, and then you install new. Okay.
So the way these work is powers just are cybernetic, and you can set them, and they leave your deck and become a relic.
Okay.
I think I need to play the spread shot.
So have you found any hyperinflatable ankle axons yet? Hyperelastic ankle tendons. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 of them, one for each ankle.
Mm-hmm. Those give you plus, if those are the hyperelastic, I believe that means that they give you +9 movement speed.
We're so close.
Oh, you saw but didn't take one of the Cathedra?
Yeah.
Nice.
It just doesn't fit what we're doing. We have this here.
So common about Cathedra in the game of Caves of Qud as well.
So the Nectar Injector lets us choose any attribute to.
No, I understand what that does immediately.
All guns, by the way, mechanically, all guns scale on dex instead of strength. That's what makes this deck as dangerous as it is, because our defense and offense are all scaling on the same stat.
Yeah.
I don't care about that stat right now. I care about money. we're getting paid. I don't think I can risk it with Love Injector. This card's incredibly powerful, but the adverse reaction would blow us up.
Yeah, the Love Injectors in Caves of Qud are also incredibly powerful, because if you inject something with them, they become your ally briefly. This means that you can, while they are allied with you, do the water ritual with them, and use this to gain reputation with their faction and possibly make them non-hostile permanently. It is common tech when you're dealing with the trolls in Bethesda Souza.
Okay. 9 cards? So this is another card we can get out of the deck.
Dual-wielding machine pistols. Classic thing to do in this game.
Like... Right now, the deck is... I think the deck is slightly too big for this to be where we get to play the Infinite. Yeah, we need to remove a couple more defends before... This mod has been immaculate in a lot of ways. I think my only complaint with it is that there's a starting card that has regen, and we've had to do, like... We've done the sitting there with regen to heal you, but, like, that's just like a... It at least is just waiting out 2 turns of regen compared to anything else. So... Let's reset. Then sprint.
The Flex-A-Weave mod reduces the dodge penalty of armor, of main slot armor usually.
Okay. It is
Grant 1 temp Dex.
It's temp Dex. Yep. Let's go.
Reinforce, I'm assuming, is going to be gives you a little bit of block.
Reinforce is 3 block. Sharp is +3 damage. Okay, so I may have added a couple burns to our deck.
I like a few.
But Love Struck is just self-target with your attacks. So, you know. Another revolver. Ooh. I know we have time cops, but, like, this is just such a free include. By doing damage, making it not deal damage to itself. Yeah, I'm helping. And Chain Pistol is kind of our main damage dealer in the deck.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Chain Pistols are really good.
All right. Finally, we're almost out of Fight Club territory. We've been, I think every single encounter has been a fight in this. It's been... Okay. All right, so we're going to take our curse. That's fine. That's whatever. And we're out of Fight Club forever. Sure. And we finally get to do what I've been waiting for. We've got our last Cybernetics to install. This takes your action at the in full, but it lets you uninstall anything and then install afterwards. So, we're going to keep what we have on right now. We're going to install the holographic visage. Glad we got tongs this run. It makes up for, like, the upgrades, right? Like, we don't need to be smithing. We had access to, Alright, so that puts us at 6 of 6. Each combat, the first 3 turns you end your turn without attacking, buffer.
It's really powerful for what Holographic Visage does in Caves of Qud. Holographic Visage in the actual game itself lets you gain a bonus to reputation with a faction that you can change at any time. The idea being you are projecting a new holographic face when talking to you know, people.
This is terrifying. Okay. Okay, I like drawing that.
Guns Akimbo Chain Pistols is a reliable way of dealing damage all the way through to basically the end of the Tomb of the Eaters, which is extremely, extremely late in the game.
Alright. My ass!
Some damage there.
Yeah. Our block is funky, and we don't have great ways of dealing with exactly that. Alright, let's go. You give me regen 4. You give me regen 4.
And if you don't attack, then you'll gain a buffer.
Yeah, so we can just hold off and build that. Because the buffers are not, it's not like a one-time in the sense that, like, we'll get it back. Alright, we want... Sprint.
Oh, the regen item is a salve injector. Oh, Vahm's Lens.
Yes, this is our...
Vahm's Lens is one of my favorite things to get from Fraying Favorites. That or Kaz Loop are my typical two.
Okay.
Most recently, I did a run where I actually did some serious shit to get all 4 of the rewards there. So Dagasha's Spur, Vahm's Lens, Kaz Loop, and Nacham's Ribbon? I forget what that one is.
If we just wait this one out, we will find a turn where I draw a card named Defend. Yeah. We saw in the previous fight, if they hit themselves, they do not thorns on us.
Metamorphic Polygel is the most important item in that game because it lets you copy any other item.
Choose a card, transform this into that card, and put it in your hand.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. So if I pick this, it's like having a duplicate of
It's a
anything
copy
we
of
want.
anything, yeah, in your hand. Although it doesn't have retain, so it can't be literally anything. It's
Yeah. Yeah, why not? What was that upgrade to? I didn't even...
If I were to make it, I would make it retain. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Finally at the shop. We've been getting a lot of cash to be able to make this real.
You want it?
Phase cannon. Gun.
I've been keeping a bunch of Taco Supremas on hand so I can go ahead and trade all of my goodies here for the other pearl. Have you got that for me, Olam?
Ooh, that reminds me. Modify all cards in your hand with Reinforce. That's really cool.
Nice.
Abacus is real? Abacus is absolutely a card, a thing we can use? Like, alright, first things first, by the way, before I forget. Let's,
Bombs?
so, cost 1 less for each card drawn at the start of your turn.
So I guess it doesn't,
It
it
wants...
probably is always counting that, is my guess. It's asking for, like, hand size. Yeah, like this. Does make sense.
Yeah. It wants the time dilation grenade to be able to... this is a running thing. We have these grenades that go, like, next turn do a thing. Like, the freeze grenade here is a better Iron Wave, but you gotta wait for it.
Freeze grenades are extremely good. Level 3 freeze grenade Mach 3s are the thing that you really, really want in that video game, basically the entire time.
I'm gonna save the last couple hundred for our last encounter.
For the last shop.
Ooh, yeah, I'll take this. Okay. So we've got Arc. Also gotta say, one of the things that was most wild about this run, boot reel.
Nice.
Because
of the chain pistols being 3 to each to random enemy 3. Yeah, makes sense.
Chrome Revolver also is starts on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just for context, Caves of Qud. I have 739 playtime hours of Caves of Qud.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah. Every last moment of that active, I'm paying absolutely densely close attention to it too. No idling.
Yeah, I am not
Straight
familiar.
up a full month of my life.
My familiarity is like bits and pieces of seeing you playing it in like jumping into a stream is like the only time I can think of that I would have ever seen it. What are you doing?
It's if you are a fan of classic style roguelikes, or you thought like, hey, maybe playing like an open world game, but as a 2D thing. If either of those things are appealing to you, I would highly recommend Caves of Qud.
Okay. So we're definitely killing the one on the left here. Let's keep pumping Dex then. Yeah, so like my familiarity is very low coming into this, but by God, does this paint an incredible picture of the things that the game has, especially with like these systems that are very interlocked in some neat ways. I love the cybernetic stuff. We've seen some really interesting like build-defining cards. You know, something that you would pick up that you start with 3 and then you pick something that's like, oh, like you could just start with the power of fire and like what does that entail?
So the funny thing is that this is also specifically touching on playing as the simpler of the 2 possible playable like starts. Truekin are the more straightforward of the options because you have mutated humans as well, which is this. So this isn't even touching the mutation system of that game at all.
This is a card I thought was like really cool design-wise, just because of how powerful Retain Block can be.
Yes, so this is it loses block the more you retain it. But it's also just a highly efficient block in and of itself. You just play it at it right.
All right. Final elite. Okay. Starting with our sprint and our spread shot. Okay, that's a really nice set of things for this particular. We're probably not going to need
It's too late, Reptomancer. I've already trawled the salt dunes for 4 hours, and I've gotten as many nectar injectors as I'll ever want.
Let's... Okay.
I have fully explored every single parasang of the salt dunes before on a run.
So, Sling and Run is our only spread legal card right here. Because our other 2 attacks are the only 2 attacks that don't scale in that way. But that's fine. Sling and Run is really, really good.
Modify a gun in your hand with a beam splitter, which I'm assuming makes it so it hits everything.
It hits everything.
Yep.
The card itself has Retain. The upgrade makes it upgrade 2 guns. And it's very nice. Swift Reflexes, when you discard a card for the turn, it flex weaves it and puts it back in your hand. We've seen a lot of discard in this, and a couple payoff pieces. Not a ton, but a couple. I'm greedy. I will pay. I'll get paid for this. 30 incoming. Okay. God, okay. So, which would bark?
Oh, it's a full block.
And we can Sling and Run, which gives us the sprints. So one thing about sprint here, this was one of our 2 starting cards. Our starting cards in our deck were 4 strike, 4 defend, sprint, and which would bark. We then were given like 5 removal, or like I think we had 4 removals by the first like 4, like just everything out of here.
So you've gotten rid of all of your strikes.
Yeah.
And now you're attacking with just chain pistols.
Yeah, just chain pistols. And this like cleave armor we picked really early. You know, it's a bash.
So you've got your build is, 2 chain pistols, probably modded with scope masterwork or whatever. You've got yourself an offhand, like just one-handed axe as well, and Vom's lens. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't have the big hands one, though, or you'd probably be using full carbines instead of chain pistols.
We've not seen a carbine or big hands yet. But the thing about sprint here, you'll notice this card says draw 2, discard 1.
Yeah. Your sprints draw 1 additional card, and you have 2 of them. Makes sense.
And the Sling and Run makes them. Like,
yeah. That's sick. The fact that this is a, like a card relic thing that Cybernetics that enhances these specific cards that you like generate. That's cool.
Yeah. Swift, and then now that we're swift, we can sprint and discard the revolver. We redraw the revolver. Now it's flex weaved, so it gives us our flexterity.
Which is permanent because you had Vom's Lens give you Artifact earlier.
Yes.
So removed the down. Makes sense.
And then,
Then you fucking kill them. Yeah. Wait, is it pronounced carbine? Yeah. That's... Carbine/carbine, technically speaking, both are correct pronunciations, but carbine is the original pronunciation, is because it originates from Italian. Like carabinier, for example.
Huh. Modify 2 cards in your hand with random mods.
Neat.
Disassemble is really huge. Especially, like, getting us to the infinite.
All the chain pistols you have in your deck, if you exhaust a bunch of those, you get so many 4-size bits, you could make a bunch of laser rifles and spend those for money. You know how much the water those are worth? Those are like 200 drams each. And that's with low ego. And you could throw those into the well, and then the mechanimists love you no matter what you do to them.
Alright, we are fully... Disassemble will be the most...
Fully Cybernetics up.
Yeah, we're gonna smith,
Polygel retains.
Yeah, polygel retains.
Which makes it like a combination of anything in your deck.
This just becomes more block, not artifacting, so it's not as huge. This is a 3rd point of Lovesick. Innate on Swift Reflexes. This is also, like, pretty unimportant. Comparatively. Like,
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
So, like, probably the innate on the reflexes.
Probably the innate, yeah.
Alright. Now, the reason I didn't go for an infinite. So, we want... That did go off. We're gonna take the Dex. Get the reflexes. I just realized Akabeka means that probably wanted to be chain pistol.
You wanted to play chain pistol.
Yeah, I it's fine.
Oh, well.
We also want... Get the sprint in here.
I think a thing that you're probably realizing from me jumping in and starting to hoot and holler here, this is extremely evocative of playing Caves of Qud.
Yeah,
this, like what you're doing here.
That's very cool.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and upgrade the revolver with the... Alright, we're on 7 plays. So, play the bark.
Are slugs a thing in Caves of Qud? Absolutely. Not only are slugs a thing in Caves of Qud, it's pretty optimal a lot of the time to turn yourself into a slug every run.
The buffer doesn't do a lot for us here because it's a triple hit. And we're already, like, pretty close to the timer. I think I want to Love Injector as action 12.
Makes sense.
I think that means we want... Metamorph... We're not going to take any damage if we do this. The obvious downside is the Love Injector could backfire, and we want least cards in hand for that.
Want to improvise?
We could, like... Improvise, sling... we want to modify cards that are going to stay in the deck. Nulling. Okay.
Grant 1 artifact and exhaust when played. Makes sense. And again, just gave Sling and Reflex weaved, so.
Yeah. So, like, I want to go... Shuffle a sprint in, and then Love Inject as last. Okay, we did get him. But we're not the ones getting hit here. And that 28 is also not targeted at us, so... Okay. Injector for more Dex. Sleeve armor. Chain pistol, and then... Do I want to pass?
I feel like I should at Unormal on Brian Bucklew on Blue Sky with just a link to this mod and say, hey, dog, this is sick, you should check it out.
It's very cool. I'm very impressed with the way that, like, as some like it expresses mechanics in a very cool way. Honest to goodness, I think I'm not playing. I don't have energy. Our next turn is gonna look awful with all those burns. Maybe I want to sprint to, like, try and burn through the burns? Yeah, let's sprint and try to burn through a burn or two, and then we can sling and run to get a new, sprint in the deck. Okay, so we don't take this 28. They do. Card reduction, alright. 5 cards, I don't think we can kill here. Well, maybe. Okay. Not with a hand like this, no. Oh, actually. Get burned in the frozen time. Found the line. All right. Well, that leaves us with time to place your bets. Where do you think this one's landing? What do you think we've got with our deck? Yeah, you just got to believe in the heart of the cards. It's true. Yeah, let's see it. Let's hear it. Place your bets. What are you thinking? Oh. I'm really happy.
I got here too late to have a vibe of how well this run was going.
Place your bet. What do you think? Yeah, you can put a number in.
I'll just go with a nice middle top number.
Okay. All right. Looks like bets are in. $8.59. Huzzah's at 869.
Oh,
sorry, that's
was
959.
Crab Meats was 959, so close as well in the opposite direction.
I see Jeebus.
Jeebus Manor at 850. I think is
850
closest.
is gotta be. Yeah. Yeah. Jeebus Manor at 850 is the winner this week. Had a lot of, like, low 900s. I guess the thing is, this deck doesn't do... Yeah, this... We're not, like... super perfecting. Alright, well, we have $300 going into the last shop, so that's nice. The injectors have done a lot of work. the injectors being in flame or legwork or like anything you want, you know? It's like all right, I guess I'll upgrade the polygel.
Yeah, I think the Lovesick isn't gonna work very well against the heart because it has enough artifact.
It might on the early turns, just turning off like the 60, right? Like,
yeah. Nacham's Ribbon, nice.
A small chance to modify
Any card added to your deck because that's what that ribbon does.
Okay.
Whenever you're making something, it has a small chance to give it a random mod that can be any mod, including ones you don't know.
Shabadoo, thanks for gifting Jeeves Manor sub. So, obviously a little late.
Yeah.
This is like a gun.
It doesn't scale off of your decks, though.
Yeah.
Also, the Chrome Revolver that's right above it is there,
is the
and
gun
it's also cheaper.
It's cheaper. Hilarious. I'm not... Yeah, you might be thinking it was a weaker Flash of Steel if you've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah, no, it's a stronger Flash of Steel.
Yeah. Because,
Flash deals 4 in 2, if I remember right.
So we don't have anything that Chemexes, right? Like, this is not... Yeah, we don't
have a single X spell.
We don't have a single X.
Nacham's Ribbon is too late for it to matter.
Yeah, that basically doesn't do
and
anything.
Gremlin Horn will only do anything on the fight beforehand, and only once.
Blessing the Forge doesn't do much. I could buy a polygel and maybe a gun.
And the arm locks, like, you can have multiples of those powers going, right?
Yeah,
so...
I can just play them as powers. We remove the card named Defend if I wanted to. Though, like, I actually think that... Would Ribbon work on the sprints that you generate?
I don't know.
It says
it would only be a small chance of it happening.
It says
though.
Added to your deck, so... I don't think so.
Yeah, your deck is specifically the deck.
Yeah, we could remove Spread Shot.
True. That's only going to do a little bit in the next fight, and that's it.
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, let's make this machine a little bit leaner. And then like, because like that's probably just better as a stabilizer arm, like as far as things go.
Stabilizer arm, and if you wanted another Chrome Revolver, it does cost 0.
I'll take it. Thorns is fine. All right. Okay, sprint in the opener is really nice. So we can go... Reflexes... Nectar Injector 2?
Oh, spending a polygel and Eater's Nectar Injector. A thing I've done 500 times. In the ideal situation, you found yourself a Relic Nectar Injector from a historic site, so you can double up those instead, because they're doubly effective.
Modify, and we'll modify this revolver and the defensive swipe. Now it's a reinforced revolver, and this is the exhausting artifacting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have enough block. Let's go Flexi. Cleave? Okay. Okay, okay, all right. Okay. So the question here is, can we just kill the buddy in front? Nice. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Get the -1 strength over there.
And it's not attacking you, so...
Yeah, this is the end of the fight. Depends on how that block gets applied. No, okay.
After the attack, okay.
All right.
Chiral rings! Let's fucking go! That costs 3 floating nearby slots. Only Truekin can equip them because they're the only ones that can give themselves an additional floating nearby slot.
So what do you think this is gonna do here then? I guess would be the.
It's probably going to be. My immediate, like, simple version, it's probably going to be thorns. It's probably going to be, like, some extra thorns. Because what it does is that it just passively cuts things to pieces while you're nearby them.
So it could be, like, Mercury Hourglass is something that comes to mind, too. But thorns is the most direct.
Enemies that deal unblocked attack damage do temporarily lose strength at the start of your turn. Okay. So similar. I guess, that's actually even more evocative because it specifically dismembers enemies that are nearby you. It cuts, like, parts of them off. So,
oh, God.
Reduced strength representing that makes even more sense.
And our last picks here. Oh, God. Oh, I didn't do this last time, but on Nostrum here, we can let it go through the different injectors here. We can see the different Sphinx Salt, the Nectar Eater, the Love Injector, The Nostrum we saw before was unupgraded. Unupgraded Nostrum made all your things into broken injectors, which if they did their adverse reaction, it did it double. Like maybe it doubled the chance on it. That was how it was. I don't think I'm after any of these. That's fine. All right, heart. We actually got a sharp on the cleaver there. Okay. First thing first. Swift reflexes. Then let's check some powers. We already have the Visage. We don't need more of that.
Biodynamic power plant, my beloved.
When you heal, gain energy next turn. We're probably just going for more arm locks here. Oh, I didn't think of that being like Visage stacking to double buffer. The problem is that buffer in this fight is like really awkward. It breaks very easily, so I'm not huge on it. Okay, then the second thing we want is... I guess let's just check the other now. Yeah, let's just check the other. Giant Hand!
So Giant Hands is extremely funny. In Caves of Qud, what they do is they just make it so they can use two-handed weapons with one hand. This applies to every hand that you have, so if you end up with extra arms on a Truekin with, say, Helping Hands or Becoming a Slug or things like that.
Now, the thing is here, I'm seeing reduce the cost of an attack in your hand by 1. If that, yeah, I would say, that doesn't say this turn.
Yeah.
So, this is worth 3. The reason this is 3 is that it's also 3, like, you can have this in the background because it's cybernetic.
Yeah.
We also have the force modulator, which just goes.
Yeah. Also pretty good. Although the heart only gains block late in the fight, right? Like once it starts buffing itself more.
I don't think it does. All right. We are. We're gonna check Revolver first. We're gonna check Revolver second. There we go. And that's the reason we were checking Revolver, is specifically this card. Because plus Dex is what we want, and now Defensive Swipe gets us a large defense for this and next turn.
And now to play 4 powers.
I'm gonna wait on the Love Injector, I think. This is a good time for it, but I'd rather just have, like, Sling and Run active, like, going. We could also Cleave Arm to get the Vuln going. That might be more important. Should've got gold. Yeah, you're right. Keeping the Vuln going, I think, is actually more important. Okay, so we get 7 block next turn. If we see the turn that is 60 damage incoming, we can just hit pass. Like, that is a real option. Yeah, I think that's probably what we want here. We also have the Pocket Watch.
Nice.
So we can just go ahead and get our more decks. And then
just pass.
Give me that buffer. Why is that 50? That should be 60, right? No! Oh! Mushroom. Okay, thank you. Got it. I was like, where the hell is the -10 on that coming from?
The mushroom.
Yeah. Okay. From here, we are good to just sort of roll. We actually didn't draw any attacks for Giant Hand to reduce.
You actually don't have that many attacks that cost energy to start with.
We have a basically it's the chain pistols, right? Like those are the main like
chain pistols, defensive swipe, and things like that. Yeah, but you don't have that many. A lot of your attacks are just chrome revolvers, which already cost 0.
I think I'm gonna hold this polygel for what do I want that as?
Possibly just a chain pistol.
Yeah. Let's see what we draw here. Alright, well, revolver.
You know, I've spent a metamorphic polygel on a chain pistol before. It was a random artifact chain pistol that had vibro projectiles.
Ooh.
So I had good reason for it.
We didn't pick any of the cards with this, but we did see the
draw one, discard one random. Huh.
Sure. Bonk, 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 bonk. All right, we've made our rotation. That's important. So from here we want probably start with sprint.
Yeah, discarding the chain pistol to modify it.
Yeah. And we'll gain block off of the abacus to keep us from taking the... Oh! That went back to 1. Interesting. That was not the expected...
Maybe it's until... yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't the outcome I expected off that. Well... We got that Vuln right at the end of the turn, but we do want to apply it. Alright. 48. Okay, I just need to pierce the artifact somehow. I don't know that I can.
Not without getting hit by unblocked attack damage, I think. And
Yeah.
then you would lose the love injector from your hand at the moment.
Discard at random. Okay, yeah. No, that's fine. Alright, what if I don't care?
Yeah, what if you just don't take
What if I just don't take damage? Like, that's fine. Thanks, Boot.
Thanks.
Yeah, again, the trick to the power of this is that we are scaling on Dex offensively and defensively. So, you know, everything that would be our normal, like, oh, this is a, like the problem.
Classic instance of defense and offense being the same thing is
Yes.
actually quite powerful.
Yes. Well... Let's just fire guns. All right. Turns out...
Just fire guns.
Attack with deadly guns, like...
Yeah, just equip 2 chain pistols and shoot at something. Everything you're looking at does kill most things in this in the game for quite a long time.
Yeah, that was just pull out the hoop special. Like, how many bullets are we firing today? All right, do we have a finisher here? Ironclad, okay. I understand the purpose of regen in this as well. We do have a number of cards that like what's going on, and regen is the least problematic of, like, healing that changes your gameplay. It's just kind of like, oh, I have to, you know, like, for healing 3, I need to, step aside, you know, like wait, and it's a bit of annoying.
It's also because it's
but that's also like
every character starts with Witchwood Bark in Caves of Qud, and it is a small regen.
Yeah, like it's correct, and like it's also the least like annoying of that. Let's take a look at card library again. We got all the ones I was showing off that we have for the future here, but yeah, bounding boots. These are the spring-loaded boots.
Mm-hmm.
We have the grenades. We have the rifle. We had a chance at the rifle a couple times and passed that up. We have small heavy blade. Hit, and if they're going hit again. This is another one of the ones that likes our discard. Dart throwing. Or, sorry, deft throwing. Okay. Apply 1 pulsed. Pulsed creatures have their next buff negated.
Oh, it's anti-artifacts.
Okay.
That on specific turns of specific fights, this would be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, there are some fights.
Think about using this on Nemesis and just say like, "Hey, you wanted to gain intangible? How about no thanks?"
Yeah, nah, I'm good. Like, how much strength were you trying to gain? Like, nah, I'm good.
Carbide hand bones. All strikes deal 1.3 times damage.
1.3 times damage. So, but yeah, so the thing I really like about this is, like, this is, like, clearly an expensive power for what it does. But, like, the fact that you can make it a passive is what makes it real. Same with, like, you know, Force Modulator in a lot of fights won't do anything, but, like, in some fights it does everything. Fullerite Aegis. Modify a random card with Reinforce, okay. Grapple gun? Oh, we didn't see grapple gun. Damn, this is a hell of a gun.
That's a gun, all right.
Strength is really interesting here, too, because, like, guns are not Dex and Strength, they're Dex. So...
Yeah, they're Dex only.
Uh-huh.
The fact that that does only 60 is really underselling how powerful handy nukes are. If you throw a handy nuke in Caves of Qud, no matter what it is, it's dying.
This is pretty cool. Again, strength is weird because, like, it only applies on it doesn't apply on guns. But, like, we do have the common, like, heavy blade down there as well.
Yeah,
so.
I went ahead and double checked, and I believe the highest health value in Caves of Qud is around like 5,000 or so.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to guess how much damage a handy nuke does?
9999?
40,000 plus 2d6 damage.
Plus 2d6.
Yep. So it deals anywhere between 40,000 and 2, or 40,000 and 12.
Okay. Point defense drone. Okay. Damn. Draw a card, retain a card, end your turn. Uh-huh. Guns excluded. I really liked we had like the grindstone that's like make things sharp. Do not sharpen your gun.
This is bayonet erasure.
Yeah, right? I know. Random injector, modify it with spring loaded. Magnetic core, whenever you draw. Huh.
Whenever you draw a
power. Wow. So obviously you want that active.
Though. Where's equipment rack as far as Cybernetics goes? That's my boy. That's me equipped 2 pairs of helping hands.
Vibro Capesh we saw early. This is our
no Vibro Capesh. Yep,
you get to put this on your bingo sheet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, become null. Yeah, null all your things. Shuffle void in. The blood.
The blood grinding and hand vacuum.
Damn, that's pretty strong.
Does contain one of my favorite bits of flavor text in it. If you can analyze the parts of machines, it has exsanguination microtubules in it.
There's our nectar injector, force bracelet. This one's funky because, like, you really want...
Remetallicize X times. But then you have to have energy at the end of your turn to be able to keep it, basically.
Yeah. Holographic visage. Hook and drag. Huh. That works with all the sprinting. Jacket. Modified cards with... Oh! I see. I was like, why is this so expensive? But that is a modification stick. So, like, that gets going. Love injector, polygel. We saw the treads. We saw the treads at the end of one of the acts, but we were already in on the sprinting, and it's like, that can't happen.
Motorized treads make you lose your feet slot, but they make you very, very, very fast. They do, however, have the downside of if you ever get dismembered, you cannot get new treads. You got to be very careful.
Yeah, and here the Cathedra. So the pyrokinesis field is, I think it's what, 3. There it was. Deal 25 to all enemies. And, like, then you also have to turn things into burns every turn. shuffle an evil twin into you.
Yep. That's correct, for what it's worth. That is exactly what injecting a shade oil and a going bad does to you.
So yeah.
If you wanted to, at the start of any run of Caves of Qud, you, as a mutated human, you can actually have a guaranteed evil twin to just have a random chance of exploring any zone to have your evil twin just show up.
I didn't realize we had a Kimbo down here, but we do. So yeah, Caves. This one's really fun. I like the way that this is set up.
Incredibly evocative. Very, very good at capturing Caves of Qud.
Definitely, like, going in on the, as we talked about, like, Dex as your offense and defense makes that, like, really strong. I really like Cybernetic as a way to, like, powers have the running issue of, like, there's a reason innate is an upgrade on powers, right? Like, you want to have them active as quickly as possible, and having the ability to have, like, these these fairly overcosted to play as a power, but you can put them in your mem slot, and now, like, you just are getting different goodies that kind of change how you're playing. Us getting a couple of these ankle tendons really changed the structure of our deck, because now all of a sudden we really wanted more copies of the sprint gun, sling and run, to, like, start setting up, like, draw 3, draw 4, draw 5.
Yeah.
And that was, like, our payment on that, whereas, like, other ways, maybe all of a sudden, like, the power plant means that you want to keep having enough regen going to, like, use that as an energy relic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's got interesting. This is not like a incredibly like complex on the back end side for a mod, aside from having the cybernetic system in there. But that's totally fine, because it's just got an interesting combination of mechanics that I had not seen a mod do before.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself often can sell one, you know?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got through our multi-mod package without having anything leak in. With, you know, I had these all here to show off the mods we have at the ready for the future. And so we have, these are what's kind of left in Slay the Spire 1 right now, as far as what I've gone through. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Doc, for jumping on in here. Glad that you made it for Caves of Qud.
I wish I had jumped in earlier.
glad you made it, because it's excellent to have you here for it. But yeah, if you want to catch more, you can always follow Serial Live, subscribe to the Cool Skulls, Slimes, Moldrifters, and Mimics. If you're just here having a good time, glad to have you. I've talked about it, and I'll keep mentioning it here because I want to make sure folks are aware of it. Tales is moving from Thursdays on to Fridays. So next week at this time, we'll be doing more Tales of Eternia. Different things are happening on Thursdays. We'll see where that ends up. And then we also have a new Magic set coming out next week as well. So,
oh, the Hobbit's next week.
Yeah, Hobbit pre-releases this weekend. It releases next week on Tuesday. Our Farewell to Marvel is next Monday. That'll be Monday's stream. Also, Wednesday has starting up Dragon Quest II HD2D. We finished Builders in the week. So, anyway, you got anything going on next few days?
Oh, right. I think I was supposed to do a marathon on Sunday.
I know you've been in Wheel Dimension, and you finally exited the Wheel Dimension, so...
Yeah, I think I'm going to delay that one. I have my partnerversary that I need to do at some point, but
okay.
I think I could delay that for a little bit, because Wheel was a full month event.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah. Oh, all right. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I think that's everything that's going on in the future here. So, yeah, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.